As closer we get to the HBO's The Last of Us show, the more information is spread and shared about this franchise and the future of the show as well as the future of the game series, especially The Last of Us Part 3. In an extensive interview with The Hollywood Reporter, both the showrunner Craig Mazin of the show and the creator of The Last of Us, who also supervises the production, have spoken on quite hope-filling subjects. Have you ever wondered how much of the game's events the first season is to cover? Apparently, most of it. As we learn from the words of those two talented men, the direction for season 2 of HBO's adaptation is likely on track to cover the second installment of the game and bring our ogre back on the screens. I mean Abby, our beloved character. It simply means the first season aim is to remind us of the plot from the part 1 of Flow. The directors also somewhat confirmed that this show is nowhere close to the overextended shows as they find their fondness in solid, natural endings. Neil Druckmann also mysteriously spoke in the third part of the game using the "there is more to tell" sentence. Quite a time ago, it was reported that the story for the next The Last of Us has been already outlined and is presumably ready for further development. Linking it with the showrunner's choice to rather end the show in a natural manner builds the ground for, of course using common sense here, the next game somewhere close to the season 2 production. The first season is going to air on the 15th of January, but if you want to know how it's going to change the original plot of the game or what the first episode is going to be about, you gotta check out this video on our channel. Obviously, the possibility for The Last of Us Part 3 release is high, but even higher is that it's apparently going to be made on PS6. Damn, I can't even compute the fact that it has been 5 years since the release of PS5. Time flies by, doesn't it? Well, now it's time to talk a bit about the future generation of the Sony's consoles. According to Jason Schrader, he expects the next AAA games to be developed particularly for PlayStation 6. Fun fact, video games production cycles have gotten so long that if a big budget game studio started working on a brand new project today, it would likely be for PlayStation 6. It's not a surprise that current productions require more highly advanced consoles that will handle the vast worlds of new games. As we know from Sony's jobs listing, there are ongoing works on the development of such a console. It's common for Sony to release their new gens every 6 to 7 years, so there is nothing wrong to anticipate some more info about the current consoles successors in the future. Naughty Dog, the highly regarded video game developer behind the successful franchises like Uncharted and The Last of Us, is currently working on a number of mysterious projects. While not much is known about these games, it is rumored that one of them may be a fantasy title. Neil Druckmann, a key figure at Naughty Dog, recently revealed some information about the company's next project. In an interview with The New Yorker, Druckmann stated that the next game will be structured more like a TV show and will be written by a team of writers in a writer's room, a concept commonly used in television production but not typically employed in the development of video games. It is unclear exactly what this means for the game itself, but it could be influenced by the upcoming TV adaptation of The Last of Us, in which Druckmann is of course involved. It remains to be seen whether Naughty Dog's unique approach to the game development will pay off, but fans are surely excited to see what the company has in store for its next project. Have you already forgotten how big of a bomb Cyberpunk 2077 was? Well, the investors, which definitely were aggrieved by the failure of the stocks after the launch, finally reached a settlement, and CD Projekt Red will pay out the great amount of 1.85 million to plaintiffs. Like, really? This sum of money is pennies for such a big company, and at least that's my point of view. I don't really have a sympathy for their specific failure with their Cyberpunk game. The case was first issued in 2020 after Sony took the game off their store, which in the end resulted in stock prices drastically dropping. Bethesda, the well-known game developer, is currently working on a highly anticipated new IP called Starfield. According to the reports, playtesters of the game have been really enjoying it. Even those who were initially skeptical now are full of positive impressions. This is good news for Bethesda as the company has not released a new IP in decades and the pressure now is on for Starfield to be a success. In fact, it has been suggested that the game may be a platform seller, a title that is expected to drive sales of particular gaming console or platforms. While not much is known about the specific of Starfield, it is rumored to take everything that Bethesda has done in the previous games and improve upon it. This includes the scale of the game, which has reportedly received praise from the playtesters. With hundreds of star systems and thousands of planets, the size and ambition of Starfield are certainly impressive. Additionally, it is believed that the game will have a strong focus on story and gameplay mechanics, which have long been a hallmark of Bethesda's titles. Despite the positive buzz surrounding this game, it is important to remember that these are just rumors, and it's always best to wait for official information from the developer. However, if these reports are to be believed, it's quite easy to assume that Bethesda may have another hit on its hands with Starfield. It is unknown when Bethesda will reveal more information about the game, so until then, fans will have to wait and see what the future holds for Starfield.